Yeah, some people do make it out alive, but not unscathed. It can't be nothing minor. It's got to be major. They don't make it out unscathed. And in some cases, the damage is permanent. Now, let's get into the topic, into the title. Um, it says, wow, that's a long time. Hold on. Gotta bring this other up. And I need to close this out too. But it is a long time. What does it say? Over 2 years? Yeah, over 2 years now. Um, Unreal. Stuff does not have a clue at all. And I'm talking about Trey King. You know, I typed his name in and I moved my mouse over it. And the last time I saw his other arm over there was in December of 2019. December of 2019. We are in practically April 2022 now. So the entire year of 20, the entire year of 2021, and the first quarter of 2022. So that's approaching 30 months. That's a long time. And I'm just, I was just sitting here wondering to myself, what happened to him? That's what I was just wondering. I mean, I know he's done things on this platform where I'm concerned, just like a lot of other people have. But I've never wished that on him. Now, I may have came on here and made a little fun of it, but that's all it was. But this is serious. I'm just wondering what happened to him. Because I know it had nothing to do with me at all. But I know that prior to that, there was a lot going on. That he was giving people instructions over there to come after me. And y'all know he's over 500,000 subscribers now. So, I mean, on my previous channel, they just flooded my channel with all kind of insults. They probably couldn't do that now because YouTube has changed its policies. If they were to do that now, their whole Google account would be terminated because YouTube doesn't allow all of that stuff. But it's people like this that I guess they know what they can get away with and they do it. And I guess they're on a power trip because they feel like I don't have to do it. I got other people that will do it for me. But and I always say God don't like ugly. And then I look at where he was then and where he is now. I mean, like, look, I mean, well, according to this, at 500,000, over 500,000 subscribers, uh, the numbers just don't compute. A lot of people have stuff rigged up on here. They have these subscribers rigged up. Do what I tell you to do, and they do it like flunkies. I don't know. I guess maybe they don't think for a minute. The people that are out telling people what to do, they don't think about there's something called a universe that's more powerful than you and all of them. I can't imagine not being able to use my arm for a day. That would be a struggle for me because I'm so used to using both of them. I can't imagine approaching 30 months. That's a long time. It made me wonder what happened to him. And what's even more amazing is it's like don't nobody even want to know. They know, but I don't know. Maybe they don't want to know. I heard somebody say he had a stroke. Now, I never heard him say it. I heard him say something about an accident or something, but you never know what people will say when they get in front of a camera. But I still know what Stuck see, though. That's kind of why I don't go over there. Because it's like, I know that I'm only going to see that one arm, and it's been like that for the longest time. It's kind of sad. Make me wonder what he did for something like that to have to struggle with something like that for so long. That's a long time. I'm guessing the universe know what he did, what his intentions were, how he carried himself up on this platform, the things he's done, the instructions he's given, the different orders. But it seemed like it all came back to his front though, didn't it? Whatever it was. Didn't have anything to do with stuff. Stuff like it had everything to do with the universe. With your intent. If I had to guess the difference between he and I is, I would never wish nothing like that on him. He probably would wish something like that on me though. Ain't it funny how the tables turn? I'm not vengeful in that way. I've always picked up that he was, where I was concerned, the rage, the fury, the legions of people that he would get up on his platform and so freely and effortlessly, I'm assuming stuff. And how he wants to do all of this and that to Stuck and all the different insults for Stuck, with his huge audience. The same audience that flooded my previous channel, my comments, all the despicable things, horrendous things they left. I wouldn't read them. But funny how, 30 months later, right? Look where we are. Not one change. He still got that arm covered up. He still got that picture strategically placed to the right and at the bottom. Right above his shoulder to the bottom of the screen. Right to the left side of his shoulder, extending outward. So you can only see from the inside of one shoulder over to the complete other side of his body. But what's behind that picture, I haven't seen it in over 30 months. Last time I seen it was in December of 2019. 2019. That's a long time. And I used to get on here and I used to speak about how he would act, the different things he would do, all the different people that would come from over there to harass and stalk and leave all kind of degrading things to me daily. But look where he is. Because he still can move this mouse with stuck right hand or with stuck left hand. That's a blessing. Stuck wouldn't trade that for a click of view or a subscriber or monetization or 1,000,000 subscribers. It means just that much to me. I'm just wondering if he could regain use of that arm, would he give it up? Would he trade in those subscribers or this YouTube channel for use of his arm? If you got to think about it, you a fool. If you even have to think about it, you a fool. And I've always thought he was a fool. To sit and do the things that he would do, thinking that there was no repercussions for it, no price to be paid, has absolutely nothing to do with stuff, but stuff think it has everything to do with the universe. And stuff will sit here in this very moment and move this mouse with either his left hand or his right hand over this thumbnail and ask Stuck self, what happened to you? All those people over there, don't nobody want to know? Because some of them have to have been over there well before you started putting that picture covering up your arm. Well before December of 2019. Had to be somebody there in January of 2019. February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. 2018. There had to be somebody over there. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Don't nobody want to know? Nobody from Twitter, Facebook, Instagram? Because you flooded all over the internet. All those people with all those playlists that they created for you. You know, with hundreds of your videos, right? None of them even want to know? Don't nobody want to know? Something ain't right about that. Something is off. Just like something is off with your arm. Something is off with a lot of that. I find it odd that not one single person has noticed but me. How could you not notice? It's the first thing I see. It's the first thing I saw when you first got on camera. When you couldn't hardly talk and all that. But I haven't seen your arm since December of 2019. And I'm just wondering, what happened to you? I know it ain't nothing I did, because I ain't never did nothing like that to you. I don't have those kind of capabilities. The thought never even crossed my mind. But has it ever crossed yours where I'm concerned? That's what I have to ask myself, because I've heard you say that, you know, you can, that I can be found, that you got people that will do things on your behalf. Well, apparently the universe does also, doesn't it? Trey King. And I just find it odd that not one person out of all of those over 500,000 people you got over there ain't wondering, what happened to your arm? Over 500,000 people and not one single person besides me on the whole YouTube is wondering, well, listen, wait a minute, something ain't right. Why that picture right there? You ain't never had that picture right there before. And it been there for going on 30 months. Anybody can see that you hiding that arm. What's wrong with it? And what's so suspicious to me is not one person over there, you know, not one think something about that ain't right. But you sent plenty of them over on my channel, right? To do all of what they did. They had the wherewithal to do all of that, but they don't have the wherewithal to look and see something ain't right. No, something ain't right with that. Something ain't right with none of what you got going on. And if I had to guess, that's probably what the universe saw. Wasn't nothing right in none of that what you was doing. Especially where I was concerned. And the universe righted that wrong. So I can't help but ask, what happened to you? That's the only thing I have ever been curious about. Because every time I go over, I already know I'm not going to see it. And I'm like, after all this time, that's a long time. Pretty soon you'll be at 3 years. You have to know that there are people out there like me that see that, right? And know that something is off with that. And it's been like off like that this month, all of this month, all of last month, all of however many months back until December of 2019. You do know that, right? I'm just wondering, are you aware of that? Because everybody not stupid. Everybody not feeble-minded. So many, apparently over 500,000 people won't breathe a word of it. They won't mumble a single word, but step will. Something is off with that, all of that. I find it odd that not one person has brought it up. Like, how come I don't see your arm no more? Because you used to wave both of them around and just put on all, it was almost like a hand show with both of your hands, waving them all around where folks could see your rings on your hands and your bracelets and just showing off, you know, and sending all them folks over here to do what all y'all did to me. And now, going on 30 months, you've been hiding your arm. That's a long time. I would think if there was ever any chance of it being rehabilitated or them being able to do something with it, they could have been able to did something with that by now. So something ain't right with it. And you don't want anybody to know it. And you think people is stupid that they can't look and see where you got that picture at, you hiding it. No one has seen your hand in approaching, your other hand in approaching 30 months. 30. Not days or hours, but months. That's a long time. I guess the universe had a whole lot to make right, didn't it? I don't know. Has nothing to do with stuff. Because I've never came up on here like the way you are. You would think that would have humbled you. Apparently, I could have. Maybe it took the universe to humble you. And if I had to guess, you probably still not humbled, are you? Some people never learn. Maybe the universe knows that. Maybe the universe has set this up so that you will have to spend the rest of your days until you learn to be humble. From now on, I don't know. I just know that that's a long time. I can't imagine going 3 days without using my arm, my fingers, on both of my hands. I can't imagine. But I do know that whatever happened, it's got to be to the point where even you don't want to face it. You don't want anybody to know it. Probably the one person that you would not want to ever see it would be me. Ain't it funny because I'm the person that you did all these things to. And I think you would know that I would know that your wrongs have been made right by the universe. From now on, probably for the rest of your days, if I had to guess. I've never harbored resentment for you. Apparently yours ran deep for me. Very deep. Probably too deep. Deeper than it should have. The things that you probably would have done if you were able to get away with them. It's the intent, I think. What your intention was. Wasn't no right in none of it. And I just think the universe came and made all of that right. And you have to bear the weight of that. You have to bear the repercussions of that. You would think it would humble you. I mean, no matter what thumbnail I put the mouse over, it's the same thing. Now, I could say also the things that you get up on your platform and do to everybody else. Because there's thousands of families. And I look at what you have done where I'm concerned. You don't know me. You don't know them folks, those families neither. So I don't know. Maybe the universe had a whole lot of wrong that it had to make right. That you so freely get up on this platform and do. Apparently to any and everybody. At will. Intentionally, you do it. So I don't know, you know. It's just a cross you're going to have to bear now. But one thing I will say, still tried to warn you, still tried to tell you, that ain't right what you doing. You shouldn't just sit around and do that to folks. Put on a show over murders and killings and babies being killed, brothers and sisters, mamas and daddies, granddaddies, cousins, aunts, friends, anybody, whoever it is. It's a chance for you to get a Google AdSense check, right? And let's add up all the money that you done got since you very first set foot on YouTube. Because you had a channel before Know the Ledge. It was called The Truth Show. And that came out of your own mouth. Now, if I had to guess, you had something going on before that even. But let's just say all of that, add all that up. Can't none of that fits what you got going on behind that picture where you hiding your arm, can it? Wonder why that is, Trey. You still don't get it? I've spoken about the, it's like a evil entity or something over there with you. And maybe you got caught up in all the fanfare of the subs and what all they do, what all they hype you up to do. But I can guarantee you it ain't a subscriber over there that can fix your arm. Because if they could have, they would. If I had to guess, ain't a subscriber breathed a word about it. Ain't nobody that's been over there watching you breathed a word about it. So I don't know, the universe handled all of that, didn't it? It handled you and it handled all of them. And Stuck didn't have to do nothing. Stuck never had that kind of intent where you were concerned. But if I had to guess, that's what you and all of them had over there. So I don't know. Bear that cross. But Stuck just wonders what happened